Right, so last week I made £6,582 running my Meta lead generation agency. I feel like a fucking guru with these yellow glasses on. No, I'm not going to sell you a course. 3 months ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never even heard of the word Meta lead gen. I'd never launched a Facebook campaign, never did any sort of SMMA. Yes, I got sold the dream by Iman Gadzi, but let's try and run it here and let me teach you the whole system that I used so you can actually use it too. Right, so slide number 2. What you're about to learn. So the 7 steps: picking your niche, landing your first client, research before you even touch the ads, letting AI basically do everything, not just your copy and your creative, basically running your whole agency, building a campaign that actually converts, delivering your leads and reporting it like a pro, and then of course testing, optimizing it and scaling it essentially. So let's make sure we're on the same page here. So what does a Meta lead generation agency actually do? So take any local service-based business, roofers, contractors, remodeling companies, dentists. They all need marketing, right? They all have these leads coming in, but they always need more leads. They always need more job selection. So essentially what you're doing is running Facebook and Instagram campaigns for them, booking them leads into their calendar. They complete the job and then you get paid, whether that be a retainer, a performance fee, a cost per sort of job. That's basically what you do, right? It's very simple. A lot of people overcomplicated it. You're literally just running ads to get leads for a service-based business. So step number 1, picking your niche in your offer. Too many people fuck around on this step for way too long. Spend weeks deciding what your niche is going to be, what your offer is going to be. I'll tell you straight right now, the easiest thing to go into is construction, remodeling, dental. Those 3 things, pick one of them, and your offer is going to be no retainer, just a 14-day, 10-day free trial where they don't have to pay you a single thing. Yes, you're giving up your time, but what else are you going to do instead? Especially this summer, I know so many people just lazing around, doing nothing, getting home from their 9 to 5. What could you be doing in that spare time? Run more ads, I promise you. So your offer is literally just a 10-day free trial. After that, sign them on for a performance fee. Maybe it'd be 10% of any job you've created. This is personally what I did for my first client. And then after that, you can think about a retainer once you're actually getting steady results. And no client is going to come on board with you and pay you an upfront retainer of 1 to 2K a month. It's just not the case. So step number 2, landing your first client. Now, me personally, there's many ways to go about this. Obviously, you've got paid outreach. Stay away from that, especially as a complete beginner, but there'll be more videos on that as we progress. Cold calling is the biggest and easiest way to get your first client. I'm talking 50 to 100 to 150 calls a day, right? Go on Google, get a lead scraper completely free, go on Google Maps and call every single business up that is on there. 150 for a day, 150 per day. Do that for a month. I guarantee someone will say yes to book a call in with you and you sell them on that free trial. You can also go into businesses in person. That's also a very good sort of one that some of my students have actually used before. But I've never really dabbled in that. Another one I like to use is basically making a burner on Instagram and curating your feed so that your sort of local businesses are popping up on your For You page or your Explore page, right? Because that means they're already running ads. So why would they not let an agency take over and run their ads for them, because they're already wasting money and burning money on those ads? So then you call the business and that is your pitch, right? Your pitch is you're already running ads. Why would you not let me take over completely free for 10 days and let me see what you can do? So a lot of people overcomplicate this step. It's not to be overcomplicated. It's just consistency and not giving up, because I promise you, as soon as you get that first yes, that dopamine, that motivation, and what follows to come is so worth it. So step number 3, research before you touch the ads. And the great thing about this now is that you don't need a fucking team of 3 or 4 people to research a client. You have AI, you have your Claude Pro plan, or I hope you do. Make sure you research the business before you go into any sort of calls. Make sure you know what the customer is, what the pain points are, what problem you're actually solving. Who are the competitors? Is it a very competitive market? Would you actually be able to run ads in this market? Are there too many people already on Facebook ad library running these ads? Is it more of a monopoly? And just research the local area as well. You want to know sort of what the area is like. There's no point going for a construction sort of firm and running ads for an affluent offer if you're not in an affluent area where people don't have the money to spend. It just doesn't make sense. But you can get Claude to do a full research guide on this. So basically, going in every single little bit of detail. So step number 4, letting AI write your copy and your creative. So when you actually get into Ads Manager, there's obviously a load of settings, headlines, descriptions, ads itself. You can get Claude or sort of any other like ChatGPT to make your static images, Higgsfield.ai to make your UGC style sort of content. And I'm talking AI can do every single step. So all you have to do is just write a few prompts and AI will spit out everything you need for your A to Z. So onboarding, research, running the ads, weekly reporting, contracts, everything can be done by AI. So you don't have to know anything. As you can see, AI is your production team. You basically just direct the angles and quality check the output, right? You don't need to hire 3 or 4 people to do this whole process. So step number 5, build a campaign that actually converts, right? Again, AI can do all of this for you. You don't need to know your cost per lead, targeting, your audiences, your postcodes, your detailed targeting, your age group, your gender. AI can do this all for you. You basically put in your ideal customer profile, which again, AI can create if you just give it enough detail about the business and you have a chat with the business owner. And AI can literally spit it all out. So usually what I do is one campaign, 2 to 3 ad sets, and then within those ad sets I'll have an image ad running against a video ad. So it's like a split, testing which one sort of performs better and the sort of the quality per lead compared to the static image ad versus the video ad. And then always to an instant form, a few qualifying questions. Always make sure to keep the instant form option on because you don't want a landing page. Meta, Facebook, they hate when their users come off of the app, right? Because the whole goal of Facebook and Meta is for them to keep them on the app as long as possible, right? So instant form and then into the book leads. So delivering leads and reporting it like a pro. Every single week, week in, week out, you should be reporting to your client, right? AI can do this within 5 minutes. That is the game changer. Every single week, I will report to all of my clients what's happened, right? Not technical data, just to see and show them that their data is improving. And when I've come into their business, they're actually more profitable and they can scale it with me. Because again, that's what keeps them churning over, right? You don't want a high turnover rate and these clients just leaving you left, right, and center. You want to be able to show them week in, week out why they are with you and why they are staying with you. So when you deliver the leads, there's a few ways you can do it. Obviously, some clients want to sort of quote them themselves because you won't be trained to actually quote a bathroom remodeling job. But what I like to do is sort of have a shared CSV or Excel file where I can see the leads and then we track them as they go through the pipeline of the booking stage. I also have a few automations set up like Zapier, just to sort of make sure that the client knows whenever someone's filled out a new form or whatever's going on with that stuff. So step number 7, testing, optimizing, scaling. So usually I run a £20 to £25 a day budget when we're starting out with a new client. And then the first 1 to 3 days is just testing, very generic. I wouldn't worry about the cost per lead too much. And then after sort of days 3 to 5, usually 5, I kill off the ones that aren't performing. I'll reintroduce some new ads. And then from days 5 to 10, I really figure out which ones are the winners and then kill obviously the losers again. And then I scale up the budget. And this is basically the process that continues, right? You want to keep churning over new ads, whether it be static ads, video ads. You always want to be changing the ads because there's always going to be a better ad out there, right? You can't just stay with the same stuff. Facebook will kill that off. And then basically scaling them, right? After 2 or 3 weeks, you should be able to get leads in. You should be able to get book jobs in, the client's going to see the progress and see the success. So that's when you pitch them sort of like scaling higher budget. And that's where you see sort of the real bigger payments, the more jobs, the higher retainers, and that's when you can actually charge a retainer, when you actually scale them with the budget. So that's basically it. Simple as. If you're interested in this, or maybe you're running an agency at the moment, and you want more of this for free, behind the scenes, raw, unfiltered content of my life, keeping you accountable, and just sort of the behind the scenes of my agency at the moment, make sure you join the Telegram. It should be in the bio. And if you found this helpful, or anyone else you know might find this helpful, make sure you share it, subscribe, give it a like. But the main thing is, make sure you join my Telegram, because there's so much free value. And yeah, let's get it.